Welcome back, Halo followers. Today, I want to talk about Season 2 of Halo Infinite. It is coming on May 2nd, 2020. We just had the mid-season update, and there is a lot of time between the release of Halo Infinite and that date. So what am I hyped for? What worries me? Will it actually succeed in bringing fans back to the franchise? Will it be a massive letdown? I'm going to break it all down here, guys, as well as what we know so far about Season 2. So we'll just go ahead and get right into that, guys. Be sure to smash that like button blue and be sure to subscribe. Joseph Staten a while ago said that we made the decision to extend Season 1 to give ourselves more time to ensure Season 2 meets our high quality bar, and so we can finish development for Season 2 in a healthy and sustainable way for our team. He also did say February 1st that in January they were going to have a seasonal roadmap as well as details about co-op and Forge. However, he said we need more time to finalize our plans, so what we share is something you can rely on. This work is my top priority and we'll have an update as soon as we can. Sketch on Reddit said, "Sorry that this hasn't happened yet. You didn't miss it. The studio is still working to iron out details and updated plans for the year, which is taking longer to pin down than we anticipated. In that interim, we're working to deliver light touch weekly updates to work on items in progress via Waypoint. As soon as we have details to share, we absolutely will." So 343 has briefly talked about Season 2, about the roadmap, but quite simply, they are just not ready to reveal it. And that leads me to why, right? Because the why kind of leads us to maybe some idea as to what we might be able to expect. There are 5 maps that are apparently in production right now. This is coming from a leak a while ago, but the maps apparently are named Cataract, Forbidden, Beltway, Solitude, and Bath Salts. One of the maps seemed to have a scenery of like an inside of a cave with a train set. Another one is a Foreigner building that looks kind of like Epitaph from Halo 3. And then we have another one that looks like maybe a UNSC base inside of a jungle, as well as a city street, and then what appears to be a Foreigner environment set in a cave as well. I said this a while ago, Halo is a series that takes place in the future. It's sci-fi. Why are we seeing mostly UNSC human-themed facilities and maps, right? I think this is a very boring, lazy map design, and I would like to see stuff that's more creative than just facilities, human facilities. There are so many different places to explore in Halo, and to see these facilities over and over is boring as hell, and Halo 5 actually had the same problem too. One other thing that we do know about Season 2 is that with Season 2's Battle Pass, credits will be earnable, and that means that things in the store, which are only purchasable with real money, you can actually earn these credits to actually buy things in the store. My theory is that this is going to probably be a grind fest, just like it was for XP progression. I don't quite know why XP progression still isn't rewarding players on doing a good job in matches. I think it would create a competitive sense and just reward players for playing better, like getting medals could be 10, 20 XP, things like that. And it's something I'm really hoping will come with Season 2. So will this Season 2 save Halo Infinite, right? I believe if they have enough content. We have talked a lot these past few months since the game has released about all the problems that Halo Infinite has, like desyncing, melee, and shooting blanks, and server issues, playlist issues, lack of game modes, lack of content in general, and broken modes such as custom games and theater. However, I think the really detrimental thing that might be really hurting the game more than anything is most likely the fact that the game is content drought, right? Base game modes that we have come to love and just kind of expect with a Halo release are just not here, all right? Let alone Forge and co-op. These are things that need to be implemented into the franchise, like VIP, Infection, Assault, modes that are going to mix up the Halo gameplay. That is going to give the series, the game, the best longevity for the least amount of work that 343 has to put into it. I'm not quite sure why we have to wait so long for these simple modes to be implemented. I think they're pretty simple as far as coding goes. But anyway, with that being said, I want to see things like King of the Hill and Infection come on Season 2. They have to, all right? Infection is definitely a must. This mode is super fun. A lot of people love it, and it's probably pretty simple to code, right? I'm pretty sure a lot of people could code it in a day or two, let alone an entire multi-billion dollar studio, right? Such as Microsoft and 343. So with that being said, infection has to come. I think that there needs to be new maps, all right? At least 2 maps. 2 or 3 maps. I think if there's just one new map, people are going to really get burned out on it fast. I want to talk about the roadmap. A roadmap is super essential for a live service game such as Halo Infinite. I believe it's something that they probably should have figured out before the game dropped, but here we are about 4 months after the launch and really have no idea what the future of this game is looking like. We don't know how many maps might be coming. We don't know if any of our favorite modes will even make it into the final game. And it would seem that this whole year, 2022, is going to be basically filling the content up with day one content that should have come on day one. For example, May 2nd, we have earnable credits, which is something that most free-to-play games have, as well as co-op and split screen. These are base functions and features that Halo should have come with. And then we have later in August, I believe 2022, is when Forge will be coming. And with that being said, it's honestly a coin toss as to if Season 4 will even make it in this year, because that will only leave 4 months left. And we know that 343 apparently does not work much from Thanksgiving to the end of the year. So really around mid-November and December, we can't even count those months, because I assume that 343 will just not be working very much, if at all, during that time. We only really have 8 or 9 months left in this year for 343 to knock out some considerably large amount of content, and it just makes me worry, because Season 2 is really going to have to be big, and we are still so far away from it. It feels like a little over 2 months still at this point, and the mid-season update just dropped, revealing quite underwhelming updates. You know, a lot of it was about optimization for older generations of hardware, and here we are still having no idea what to expect. So Season 2 needs to be earnable credits to buy stuff from the store. It needs to not be a grind fest. There needs to be workable split screen, and I think a lot of people expect that co-op is going to work when it does finally release, but I do have my reservations about it functioning properly, because all the other modes are kind of wacky. And with that being said, 343, you have to absolutely address the desyncing. We really don't care about the technicals as to what is going on behind the scenes. We just want it fixed. That's what everyone cares about. We just need it fixed, all right? This is a game that needs to work by now, so desyncing needs to be addressed on May 2nd. Co-op and split screen need to work on Season 2. Earnable credits needs to not be a grind fest. There needs to be a couple new maps, as well as there needs to be infection. If they only release one new game mode, I will say it just needs to be infection. We do know that there is a lot of content already finished in the game's files, and we've even seen evidence of that when you fight bots. There is a lot of customization that is being withheld from us. I think this is a very poor move from 343 to make a live service game this way, to basically withhold finished content on a game that is already lacking a lot of content and customization, and it makes all their comments and empathy basically invalidated, because they are knowingly withholding content from us. And I hope they're not doing that with maps and other things, and maybe this game was artificially created to lack content so that they would have stuff to make it appear as a live service game. If they have in fact done that on a large scale, I think they need to just drop everything in Season 2 and then just play catch up, all right? And then make Season 3 also good. Maybe a tall order at this point, but Season 2, I'm counting on you. Not really, kind of worried. Actually, I don't think that Season 2 is going to blow our minds, but hopefully gives Halo Infinite the ability to continue to hang in there for Season 3 and for the rest of the year. I don't think we're getting Season 4 this year. I think Season 4 will probably come like March 2023, which is really hard to even say, but that's just me being realistic. That's what I think. Unless 343 speeds up production, maybe goes back to the studio. I don't know what needs to happen, honestly, but something needs to change here. Season 3 is going to have Forge, and it might be buggy. I'm going to imagine it's going to be buggy and then be addressed over the next 6 months after that. And then Season 3, hopefully, same thing. I hope it includes missing game modes, And at least if it didn't release in Season 2, Infection has to release in Season 2 or 3, which Season 3 Infection just sounds terrible. That's so far from launch. I mean, it's awful. But anyway, I hope Season 3 does include more missing content. My hopes for this year is that Season 2 and 3 and 4, if it all does release this year, does bring this game up to full speed so that moving into 2023, we can begin to really expand upon this game in a live service way that it's supposed to be. So anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. If this helped you keep informed, then be sure to smash that like and subscribe. Join me on the journey of following Halo for over 10 years. Catch you guys in the next one soon. Peace.